Winter is an amazing time of the year, with snow-laden trees, icicles, frost, and falling snow, creating a magical feeling. Adding to the magic of this chilly season are beautiful winter birds. You know, those tough ones that stick around with us in the northern regions. In this video, I'd like to show off some of the beautiful winter birds of the north. There are so many, so don't be peeved with me if I miss one, but definitely comment below birds that I never mentioned. There is something about owls in winter, fluffy thick plumage and quiet stillness as they rest on a limb, like the great horned owl. With that mix of browns, they blend into their surroundings very well, but as you scan the trees, those big yellow eyes are sure to strike you. The barred owl, though, is especially elegant, with those dark, soulful eyes, brown and white feathers, and a sharp yellow beak. In a wintry scene with snow falling down, these owls have a cuddly, warm look, thanks to feathers on the head and neck that have horizontal bars creating a hood-like look, appearing as though they've wrapped a scarf around themselves. This hooded look is quite similar to the equally beautiful great gray owl. Don't get me started on this darling little one, the Northern Saw-whet. So round and tiny, measuring only 7 to 8 inches, with fluffy mottled brown plumage and large yellow eyes. Such a pretty owl. Probably the most beautiful of all in winter, though, is the aptly named snowy owl. With those pure white feathers and beaming yellow eyes, what a stunning visitor from the Arctic. To spot one of these beauties in winter, try visiting agricultural fields, airport lands, and along shorelines of lakes and the ocean. Blending extremely well in a snowy environment, this master of camouflage, the Willow Ptarmigan, is sure to have you gazing at its beauty. Purely white from head to feet in winter, their plumage looks so soft, clean, and delicate. Adding to their beauty are those deep black eyes that have a gentle look, and that cute black beak. It can be hard to spot one of these birds as they blend well into the winter landscape and move so slowly, as if buoyantly, which is thanks to those heavily feathered feet that act like snowshoes, keeping them from sinking deep beneath the surface. These snow-white beauties are birds of the harsh north and definitely make my list of beautiful winter birds. Although not snowy white or brightly colored, the intricately patterned plumage with different shades of brown is beautiful against a snowy landscape. In winter, the feathers of a ruffed grouse are thicker to help insulate them from the cold, making them look so snugly warm on those chilly days. It's always a treat for me to see one resting in the snow, shielded and comfy. Although I'm not familiar with them, a bird I want to mention is for those in the West, the California quail. Such a unique-looking bird with deep colors that pop against the snow. Given the label snowbirds, dark-eyed juncos are pleasant sparrows to see during the cold season. The soft gray feathers on top, a white belly, nearly black eyes, and pink bill stands out nicely against the snow. A fun thing about them is that depending on the region, the dark-eyed junco looks different, such as this beauty, the Oregon subspecies. Very common in suburbs and widespread throughout North America, these cute birds are a familiar sight for most people. How they all hop around regardless of the weather, these tough little sparrows make our winters more enjoyable. Most of you probably already knew I was going to mention these rascals. How I love blue jays. Their spirited way, beauty, and how they hang out together is such a sight to behold over the frosty season. Those blues just pop against the snowy backdrop. When they are perched with snow falling down around them, they look breathtaking to say the least. I can't mention blue jays without saying something about their cousin of the western half, the Steller's jay. With that beautiful blue belly, back, wings, and tail, and charcoal black head and neck, these guys are nothing short of a stunner in a snowy landscape of the mountains. Another vibrant bird in winter is, of course, the Northern Cardinal. The beaming red color of males is incredible, creating a sense of warmth over the cold season. Plus, they keep us company as they hang around our yards and neighborhoods, and are pretty widespread in the eastern half of North America. Although females aren't as colorful, there is just something about the brownish plumage accented by red in the crest and wings that creates an elegant charm about them, complementing their male partner perfectly. Not as common in the United States, the angelic and tame Pine Grosbeak is certainly a beautiful bird of the winter north. Found throughout most of Canada and a few places in the States, especially northern regions, adult males are reddish purple in color. Females are a lovely yellowish olive, and some juvenile males are an eye-catching orange. They are very social in winter, forming flocks of as many as 20 to 30 birds. Seeing all of these colorful birds together foraging on fruit and seeds is a spectacular sight for sure. A very small bird measuring only 5 inches or so, redpolls are visitors from the Arctic and further northern regions. Some winters showing up in large numbers. Males have a splash of reddish-pink color on their belly that kind of looks like they wasted berry juice on themselves. Both sexes have the red cap on their forehead, and they have thick, beautiful, fluffy white feathers. A lovely little bird to catch sight of. The smaller, much whiter hoary redpoll is even more of a snow-white beauty, but rarer to see at feeders than the common redpoll. Another visitor from the Arctic and far northern regions is the punky-looking but beautiful Bohemian Waxwing. Nomadic by nature, these guys are always on the move in search of their favorite berries and fruit, showing up in some winters in large flocks. Although very unpredictable, they can show up as far down as New England. Their plumage has this very sleek and soft appearance with a nice mix of browns and grays. A black mask on their face and a cute crest make it easy to recognize them. A classic sight is one with a bright red berry in its beak. Going many years without showing up, you never really know when this surprise visitor, the Evening Grosbeak, will appear, but when they do, it's usually in large numbers. Their lovely mix of yellows, browns, blacks, and a striking white wing patch makes them a treat to see. This bright plumage really pops against the snow and will have you gazing. Males are the ones who are brightly colored, and they have a charming golden yellow unibrow. Chickadees are beautiful resident birds in winter. Our small little buddies who hang around our yards and feeders regardless of the weather. A chickadee species I have always found especially beautiful though in winter are the boreal chickadees. They aren't as widespread as the black-capped, but they can be found in some northern areas of the United States. I should mention the mountain chickadee too, a cute little bird of western mountainous areas. They look similar to the black-capped, but it's easy to see the difference. I've always thought that they have such a charming appeal to them, thanks to that darling white eyebrow. The larger cousin of chickadees, the Tufted Titmouse, can be found throughout a lot of the eastern half of the United States, including the more northern locations that see snow. They've always seemed a little more colorful to me than black-capped chickadees, too. Must be that lovely hint of peach wash on the sides. In a snowy climate, that combination of big dark eyes, gray and white plumage, and a lovable crest is a darling sight. The cute way in which they seem to do everything adds some sweetness to this extraordinary time of year for those lucky enough to have them. Another resident bird, although eruptive movements occur in some years, the red-breasted nuthatch is also a beautiful treat to see in winter, especially the males who retain their bright orange belly all year. The black and white stripes on their head and the lovely bluish back add to their beauty. Females are duller but still very pretty. Both are charming little characters. The largest nuthatch species, measuring around 5.5 inches, the white-breasted, have an elegant look. With a frosty white belly and face, lovely gray-blue body, and black on top of their head extending down to their back, it's a perfect winter bird. Luckily for most people, these attractive nuthatches are more common and widespread in the United States, so many get the pleasure of seeing this beauty over the cold season, unlike the red-breasted nuthatch. A widespread and common backyard visitor, the little Downy Woodpecker is such an appealing little bird. Thick black and white plumage, big sweet-looking eyes, and the cute red cap of males. A pleasant sight to see at feeders on a wintry day. Even more a dazzling woodpecker to see is the black-backed, or its lookalike, the American three-toed. The way the black stands out in a snowy forest is extremely eye-catching. Adding more to the charm is the yellow head of males. Always a delight to see one of these more northern birds. Found across Canada, in Alaska, and several regions in the United States, especially northern ones, these fluffy gray and white jays are wonderful birds to watch in winter. With plumage fluffed out, making them appear bigger than they are, and the way their head is patterned gives them a similar look to that of chickadees, almost as if they are a larger version of them, which I have always found gave Canada jays a sweet and innocent look. They are not closely related though. Also known as gray jays or whiskey jacks, these charming characters are truly beautiful birds of the winter north, especially as snow falls down onto their delicate-looking feathers. Adding more to their appeal is their tame way, providing such excitement to those lucky enough to encounter this big personality corvid. Perhaps one of the prettiest little winter songbirds is the highly energetic Golden Crowned Kinglet. Smaller than chickadees, these rounded little guys with their relatively large heads and dark eyes are a challenging bird to get a glimpse of, thanks to how they like being high up in pines and don't stop moving. When spotted though, they are sure to delight. Pale olive above, gray underneath, black and white striped face, and a bright golden patch on their crown. The coloration of Golden Crowned Kinglets is stunning. Throughout most of the United States, they can be found in winter, but they do not visit feeders, so you'll have to listen for their high-pitched C notes around shrubs and deciduous trees. They'll even flutter out in front of a limb like a hummingbird. What a sweet little guy. Those are a few that I find to be beautiful birds over winter in the north. There are others, though, for sure. Of all the ones I listed, which bird did you enjoy seeing the most? Feel free to form your own list of beautiful winter birds down in the comments. And why not get dressed up some winter day, grab your camera, and see what lovely winter birds you may be able to get a photo of. It's a very rewarding feeling to snap a photo of one of these feathered creatures. Thanks for watching and happy winter birding!